Hello everyone, we are back with a fresh video, and this time we are going to concentrate on something related to communication in English. Friends, I have always been telling you that English is all about knowing the rules. Now, the term rules does not only mean the grammatical rules, it also includes the pronunciation of the English words, because unless you get the words correctly pronounced, you don't sound smart, you don't sound confident, right? Now, in today's world, English, or knowing English rather, is no longer a choice. It has become a necessity for us. But quite surprisingly, though there is an increased demand for knowing the language, yet most of us are not thorough with this particular language. There are many words that we use in everyday life without either knowing the meaning or without knowing the spelling, and hence we don't pronounce them properly also. So today in this video we have brought to you 10 such commonly used words in English which we don't get correct all the time. And the first word is lozenges. Now you might think, what type of a word is this? It's nothing but, because in our life there are many who use the term as lozenge or lozenges, but that's absolutely wrong. Okay, the spelling is Lozenges and the pronunciation is lozenges, and of course the meaning, as you can understand, these are the candies in wrappers which we all love to eat, right? The next is corduroy. Okay, it's corduroy. Now, corduroy is another, term which we use in everyday life, but we don't get the pronunciation correct. Most of us, tend to pronounce this word as cord or corder, okay? But this is actually corduroy, and this is that cotton fabric with velvety ribs. Okay, most of us, we use this fabric for trousers or jackets, right? So this is that cotton fabric with velvety ribs, and it is pronounced as corduroy and not as cord or corder. Okay, now the third is not a word, they are words, so I would prefer to call it as an expression. So this is répondez s'il vous plaît. Now what does that mean? So if I give the abbreviated term for it, you might think, or you might identify the term. It's nothing but the full form of the abbreviation RSVP that you find in your invitation cards. Now what does this expression mean? It's actually a French word or a French expression which means please respond. Okay, it means please respond. All right, so we all use this expression in invitation cards, but most of us don't know the meaning and of course the full form of this term. So now it's répondez s'il vous plaît. Okay, the next word that we have is vermicelli and not vermicelli. Okay, it's vermicelli. Now vermicelli is a kind of a traditional type of a pasta. In English speaking regions, they are usually thinner than the spaghetti type, and while in Italy it's the normal thicker one. Now you might not understand what I'm trying to say. So if I give you the Indian term for this word, you will definitely understand. So in India, we know the term as sevai. Okay, sevai. You eat sevai. You make various dishes out of this particular item. Sevai. This is actually called or is known as vermicelli. Okay. Now, most of us find this expression, this is yet another expression which we find in recent times in menu cards. Okay, at the restaurants you find this term. So how to pronounce this? Do you know the pronunciation? And how many of you know the meaning of this expression? This is pronounced as a la carte. Okay, a la carte. So a la carte is nothing but it's a special food items that are ordered as a separate separate items and not to be included in the set meal. So normally you will find this expression for the items which we order as starters, right? So a la carte can be used for the items that we order as starters which don't fall under the set meal, the dinner or lunch or whatever we have gone to have. Now the next is, now over here you will find three terms which are related to coffee. Okay, these are the three terms which are related to coffee. Now most of us, when we go with friends and sit at a cafeteria and order for coffee, we get confused between among the names that we find on the menu card, right? Because most of us lack in the knowledge as to which type is what, right? So the first is espresso. Though we find this written on the menu card, but there are many of us who don't know what is espresso at all. It's nothing but the strong black coffee. Okay, it's the black coffee. Now cappuccino, it's not pronounced as cappuccino or cappuccino. Okay, it's cappuccino. You don't pronounce the U over here. It's cappuccino. Now what is cappuccino? Cappuccino is that type of coffee which is made with this espresso, that is the black coffee, with milk, and you froth it up under pressure. Okay, the frothed up coffee that you make out of by mixing espresso and your milk. Okay, now the third is latte. Okay, it's not latte or latte, it's latte. Okay, there should be this A should be pronounced in a longer way. Okay, latte. Now latte is similar to this cappuccino, with the only difference the only difference that lies between the two is that latte is milkier than cappuccino. Okay, now the next term, salon. We use this, it is another term which we use very commonly. Okay, salon. Now salon, as most of us have by now have come to know the meaning of the term salon. They are the beauty parlors. Now there are many who tend to pronounce the barber's shop as saloon. Okay, but that's absolutely wrong. Both the beauty parlor and the barber's shop should be called as salon. Okay, now saloon, now don't think that the word saloon doesn't exist. It does exist. this is the spelling which we use, but definitely not for the, we don't use the correct term in the correct place, okay? So the place where we get our haircut done should be called salon, and saloon is a public room or a building which is used for some specified purpose. For example, a billiard saloon. Okay, now there is another meaning of this particular word saloon. It is a particular type of car. Okay, the cars, it can also mean cars which have a closed body and a closed boot. Now what do I mean by boot? Which is the boot of a car? The boot is nothing but the rear part, which we normally say, commonly say as dicky, okay? So it's the boot where, body and a closed boot separated from the part where passengers sit. Okay, so the boot should be separated, both the body and the boot will be closed, and the boot will be separated from the part where the passengers and the drivers sit. Okay, so those types of cars are also called saloons. Okay, so these types of cars are called saloons. All right, now the last word is patties. All right, the last word is patties, but remember something, this is not the name of the dish, okay, the food item. The original or the actual name of the dish is patty, and patties that we, especially in India, the name that we use is actually the plural form of the word patty. Now what is a patty? A patty is nothing but a small flat cake which is made out of minced or very finely chopped food, especially meat. All right, so but where do we go wrong with this word? Over here, most of us, we use this term as if it is the name of that particular dish. In most of the pastry shops that we enter, we find this written before the trays laden with the patties, and we tend to ask for one chicken patties in this way, but this is absolutely wrong. Okay, so if we want one piece of that food item, then we are going to say, can I have a chicken patty or a mutton patty, and not chicken patties or mutton patties, because remember, this is not the name of the food item, it is just the plural form of the real name patty. All right, so this is all for today. If you know any other such word or words that with which we go wrong, okay, in our daily use, please do come up with those in the comment section, and do write, do share your views if this video was helpful for you or not. All right, so we will again meet with a new video the next time. Till then, keep watching, keep learning. Thank you.